Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
Tuesday night and Wednesday night, of course, Tuesday night is Willie Mays night. And before a tremendous crowd here at Shea Stadium, men set to go here against the St. Louis Cardinals, and here from the play-by-play, Lindsey Nelson. Thank you very much, Ralph Cannon. Hello again, everybody. Lou Brock will lead it off for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's hitting .292. He has 6 homers and 61 runs batted in. Left-hand batter facing left-hand pitcher George Stone. Brock is a notorious first ball hitter. Wayne Garrett, against Brock's speed, has moved in on the grass at third base. Stone turns to take the sign from Jerry Grody. Outfield defense straight away. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, foul back. It's strike one. Waiting on deck. For the St. Louis Cardinals is Ted Sizemore. Ball is bunted to the third base side. Garrett has it. He guns it on inside, and Brock is out. Tried to bunt his way on. And instead, he goes out, Garrett, over to John Milner at first base. Ted Sizemore, hitting .275, 1 homer and 52 runs batted in. Right-hand batter. Again goes into the motion, and here's the pitch. It is high for a ball. Tommy Agee is now out there on deck. Mets are playing an infield defense now of John Milner at first base. Felix Kahn at second. Bud Harrelson is short. Wayne Garrett at third. There's a base hit into left field. Fielded out there by Sizemore. Leon Jones over up with it, plays it back. Sizemore turns and holds with a single to left. That brings up right-hand batting center fielder Tommy Agee, former Met, who's hitting .224. 10 homers and 20 runs batted in. The Phils got 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning at the end of an inning. The Phillies 4, the Cubs 1. Rick Russell is out of the ball game. He started for Chicago, and Ray Burris has relieved him. Ken Brett, 12 and 8, is on the mound for the Phils. Nick Colosi, the umpire behind the plate, trying to get a banner removed from the foul pole down the right field corner. John McSherry, the umpire down there, motioning up to a couple of fans that banner will have to be moved over into foul territory before the game can proceed. Now George Stone turns to get ready to work again. Up and set to pitch to Agee, and it's in there for a called strike. Ted Simmons is on deck. Stone checks the runner at first. Simmons takes it, Sizemore takes his lead. The breaking pitch is low. It's 1-1. Delivery is on the way. Swung on and hit way back in left field. Leon Jones goes to the wall, and it is gone. A 2-run homer for Tommy Agee over the left field fence, and the Cardinals are leading by a score of 2-0. For Tommy Agee, his 11th home run, 22 runs batted in this year for Agee. So quickly, the St. Louis Cardinals are out in front, 2-0. One man out, nobody on, and Simmons is coming up. He is a switch hitter, batting right, hitting .306 with 12 homers and 87 runs batted in. Taking a moment before getting ready to work now. He goes into the motion, and here is the pitch. Fastball in for a called strike. It's 0-1. Simmons bluffed into a bunting stance. Joe Torre has moved out on deck. Vern Benson is the coach at third, and Johnny Lewis is the coach at first. Swinging a foul ball off to the left side, out of play. George Stone is 1-0 against the Cardinals this year. His lifetime record against them is 6 wins and 3 losses. Overall, Stone has won 12 games and lost 3 for the Mets this year. Here's a swing and a foul ball off and out of play. Pulled down the left field line. 0-2, the count to Simmons. Gary Grody flashes a sign. George Stone into the motion. 2-strike delivery. Swung on. Drilled into left field for a base hit. Leon Jones over. Up with it now. Plays it back in Simmons. Turns and holds with a single, and the phone is ringing in the Met bullpen. Bullpen coach Joe Pignatano has been called to the phone. Joe Torre is coming up. Torre is hitting .287. He has 13 homers and 69 runs batted in. Been playing with a sore shoulder of late. Harry Parker is going to be throwing down there in the Met bullpen at any moment. Harry Parker will begin throwing in any moment now. The base hit by Simmons extended his hitting streak to 10 consecutive games. Conference at the mound now. Harrelson's in there. So is Millan with George Stone. One man out. Runner at first. Joe Torre the batter. Torre, Lou Brock are co-captains of the St. Louis Cardinals. George Stone sets up the left-hander with the pitch to the right-hand batter, and it's low for a ball. 1-0. Luis Melendez is on deck now for the St. Louis Cardinals. They start today trailing the New York Mets by 1 game. Or rather, 2 games. They trail the Pittsburgh Pirates by 1 game. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Drilled into right field. A foul ball. Foul ball. Down the right field line. And so all the way around second. Simmons has to cut across, coming back to first. Joe Torre comes back to the plate. The count to him is 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan, that one, down the right field line, but a foul ball. Harry Parker is throwing in the Met bullpen. Now again, Stone sets up. Swung on, foul up to the right side, out of play. There is a bus located in the parking lot, straightaway center field, and there must be 25 fans on top of that bus getting a glimpse of the ball game across the outfield fence. They are packed and jammed onto the subway platform beyond the right field corner. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on it on the ground, right back to Stone. He goes to beyond. There's one to throw to first and a double play. It goes 1-4-3, and the side is retired. But the St. Louis Cardinals got 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and none left. In the middle of the first inning, the score is the Cardinals 2 and the Mets coming to bat. Mike Thompson is the pitcher on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. He is a right-hander. Began this season with the Texas Rangers. He was obtained by the Cardinals in exchange for Mike Nagy. Nagy was subsequently traded back to the Redbirds in exchange for Jim Bibby. At Tulsa this year, Thompson had a record of 7 wins and 7 losses and an ERA of 2.83. He had 4 complete games. He was 1-2 in the 1973 playoffs. Struck out 22 men in 23 innings in the playoffs. Michael Wayne Thompson attended Nebraska Wesleyan College and Oklahoma State University. Wayne Garrett will lead it off for the New York Mets. Garrett is hitting .246. 15 homers, 63 runs batted in. He had a 2-run homer yesterday that provided the Mets with a 2-0 victory over the Cards. And the first game between the Pirates and the Expos at Montreal, they're going to the bottom of the second inning. They are in the bottom of the second inning, and the score is tied 1-1. Ken Singleton hit his 23rd homer for Montreal in the second. The pitch to Garrett is high and away for a ball. That was also the 100th run batted in this season by Singleton. Bruce Keaton is going against Bill Stillman in the first game. They'll play 2 at Gary Park today. Rained out yesterday. There's a pitch out to Bruno. And at Philadelphia, they're going to the third inning, and the Phils are leading the Cubs by a score of 4-1. Ray Burris in relief of Rick Russell going against Ken Brett. Atlanta at Houston later. Henry Aaron had a home run last night, the 712th of his major league career. He needs 2 now to tie the career mark of Babe Ruth at 714. San Diego at San Francisco later. That pitch is low for a ball. It goes to 3-0. Cincinnati at Los Angeles. Cincinnati magic number is 1. They've already clinched the tie. 3-0 the count to Garrett. As catcher Ted Simmons has called time and gone to the mound to talk to Mike Thompson. Felix Millan is on deck. Shea Stadium packed and jammed here this afternoon. Here's a 3-0 delivery. Fired right down the pipe. The takedown was given, and it's 3-1. Eddie Yost is on the line to third. He's passing on the information to Garrett right now. Roy McMillan is the net coach at first. Outfield defense swung toward right, 3-1 pitch. And it's in there for a called strike, too. So the count is full at 3-2 now to Wayne Garrett. Rich Folkers is up and throwing in the bullpen for the Cardinals. First inning action in the Cardinal bullpen as well. Left-hander Rich Folkers is throwing. He's a former Met. Here's a payoff pitch to Garrett. Low when he walks it. So the Mets pick up an early base runner. A base on balls to Wayne Garrett, and Felix Millan is about it. Millan is hitting .291, 3 homers and 36 runs batted in. He has 179 base hits. He is 3 short of the club record of 182, a record, incidentally, that is held by Tommy Agee. He had 182 base hits as a Met in 1970 to set that mark. Rusty Staub has moved up on deck. Ken Reach is on the grass at third. Now Mike Thompson with the pitch. Swung on, and it is fouled down past Roy McMillan, the coach at first base. Mike Thompson is 24 years of age. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall, 205-pounder. This is his first appearance ever against the New York Mets. Goes to first base, not in time. Joe Torre returns the ball to the mound. Temperature 79 degrees at game time. Thompson again sets up and deals a pitch. Swung on, and it's lined into center field for a base hit. Garrett turns and holds as Agee comes up throwing. And the Mets have runners at first and second on the line single to center field off the bat of Felix Millan. So the tying runs are on base with the Cardinals leading 2-0. Rusty Staub will be the batter. He's checking in the dugout there now to see how the Mets are going to play it. He's followed in the order by John Milner. Rusty is hitting .271, 15 homers and 71 runs batted in. Strategy meeting at the mound now by second baseman Sizemore, catcher Ted Simmons, with the pitcher Mike Thompson. Rich Folker continues to throw in the Cardinal bullpen. And the beginnings of a Let's Go Mets chant here at Shea Stadium. Now here comes Barney Schultz, the pitching coach, on his way to the mound. Barney Schultz is out for a word with Mike Thompson. Dugout that he wants something. Exactly what, I'm not sure. Barney Schultz, meanwhile, is talking to pitcher Mike Thompson. Barney Schultz is from New Jersey, makes his off-season home there. Time's gone out to the bullpen. They want the left-hand pitcher right now. They want Rich Folkers right now. So Thompson will have had a very brief say in this ball game. The plate umpire signals up to the public address announcement and says, announce it, Folker. He'll be coming in to make his 33rd appearance. He has won 4 and lost 4. He's been used as a starter and in relief. Last Tom had in the start at Montreal. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. Did not figure in the final outcome as the Cardinals won 5-3. So Red Chambers quickly goes to his bullpen. Thompson will have faced 2 men, retired nobody. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base, allowed 1 hit, off 1. Is marching to the house. Elsewhere in the National League, Pittsburgh Pirates and Montreal Expos are playing a pair at Montreal. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning of the first game, scored tied 1-1. Bruce Keeson 2-0 against Bill Stoneman 4-7. Kenny Singleton, it is 23rd homer, drove in his 100th run for Montreal in the bottom of the 2nd. In the top of the 3rd at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Phillies 4, the Cubs 1. Rick Russell started for Chicago, 114, lost 15. Ray Burris relieved him in the first inning. Ken Brett, 12-8, going for the Phils. Atlanta at Houston later, San Diego at San Francisco later, Cincinnati at Los Angeles later, and Cincinnati can nail down the pennant in the Western Division with a win. The magic number is 1. They've already clinched the tie. The American League, the Yankees are at Cleveland for a doubleheader. First game is in the 5th inning, and the Yankees are leading 4-1. Del Stottlemyre 14-16 against Dick Tidwell 13-5. Ronnie Bloomberg, it is 11th home in the 2nd with nobody on. Otto Velez, it is 1st in the 2nd with nobody on. Then Velez hit another. In the middle of the 4th inning, Detroit won Boston nothing. Luis Giant 19-12 against Joe Coleman 21-15. Baltimore at Milwaukee, Dave McNally 16-16 against Jim Clayton 12-13. The Oakland A's have clinched the tie, and they're at Chicago against the Chicago White Sox. Vida Blue is bidding to become a 20-game winner today. He's won 19, lost 9. Wilbur Wood has won 24 and lost 19 for the White Sox. California Angels are at Minnesota later, and the Texas Rangers are at Kansas City later. Nick Colosi, the plate umpire, has gone out to the mound now, and he is looking at the glove of Rich Folker, looking at the back of it. He turns it over, and now he is marching over toward the New York Mets dugout. Apparently that instruction was made at the insistence of the Mets. Colosi is now saying something to manager Yogi Berra of the New York Mets. Berra has walked out of the dugout to meet him. Captain Joe Torre of the Cardinals came over toward the mound. Colosi is talking now to Yogi Berra. Colosi went out and inspected the glove. Let us tell you that in the first inning at Philadelphia, the Cubs got 1 with 2 out in the first, and Williams doubled and Sanzo singled him home. And then the Phillies got 4 in their half. We'll tell you about that later, because right now, Rusty Staub is in and waiting. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. The Cardinals leading 2-0. Mets batting in the bottom of the first. The big check swing down ball to the right side. Taken by Sizemore. He goes to second for the fourth. There's no throwback. And Garrett moves to third. So they get the middleman. It is a check swing, ground ball to the right side. Sizemore took it, gunned it over to Mike Tyson at second for the fourth. On Leon. So Staub is at first. Garrett's at third. And John Milner is up. Milner is also a left-hand batter. He's hitting .247 with 23 home runs and 70 runs batted in. Poker sets up. Here's the pitch. And it's a fastball inside. Ball 1. Leon Jones has moved out on deck. The Cardinals got their 2 runs from the top of the first when Tommy Agee hit a 2-run homer. Now here's a pitch to Milner. It is low for a ball. 2-0 the count to John Milner. Cardinals now have a catcher, Mark Hill, throwing in the bullpen. Catcher Mark Hill. And now Colosi asks to inspect the baseball. He walks out. It is tossed to him by Focus, and he fires it back out to Rich Focus. 2-0 the count. Garrett takes his lead at third. Rusty Staub takes his lead at first base. Here's a 2-0 delivery. Low. Elvis Summers out in front of the plate. There is no advance. 3-0 is the count to Milner. Rich Focus is one pitch away from walking the bases loaded here. And Cleon Jones, a right-hand batter, is on deck. Torrey is holding against the runner at first. Reed's playing wide of the bag at third. Here is the pitch. He's taking all the way, and it's in for a called strike. In taking the pitch, Milner moved around in an exaggerated bunting stance. He was taking the pitch all the way. He has looked down to sign man Eddie Yost to keep his turn loose on a 3-1. Med runners have taken their leads at first and third as Rich Folker sets up off the stretch. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air to relatively short center field. Agee moves up. Garrett comes off the bag and holds up. Catch is made by Agee. There is no advance. 2 Mets are out. Runners holding first and third. That'll bring up Cleon Jones. A high pop fly to short center field by Milner. Cleon Jones, who's had a hot of late, is hitting .250 now the year, 7 homers and 42 runs batted in. The Phillies got their 4 in the bottom of the first inning when Grabarkowitz, Unseld, Montañez, and Luzinski put 4 singles together for 2 runs, chasing Russell. Burris came in to pitch for Chicago. Bill Robinson greeted him with a double for 1 run. Boone walked, but Schmidt struck out. Greg Robinson hit into a fourth play at the plate, but when Hundley threw wild trying to complete a double play at first base, Bill Robinson scored. Hundley hurt his knee and had to be removed from the game. Now, the pitch to Cleon Jones is low and away for a ball. First inning at Montreal, Parker doubled for the Pirates and Oliver single for the run, and then Ken Penguin hit a home run to provide Montreal with a run in the bottom of the second. Tie. There's a pitch low for a ball. 2-0 the count to Cleon Jones. Dave Schneck is on deck. Cardinals are leading 2-0. The Mets are batting in the bottom of the first inning. Shea Stadium in New York. Throw to first base is not in time. Count is 2-0. Now the pitch to Cleon Jones. Low. Count is run 3-0. Now you'll recall that Focus went 3-0 on John Milner. Then he went 3-1 and Milner popped up the 3-1 pitch. He has gone 3-0 to Cleon Jones. Schneck on deck is a left-hand batter. Cleon is reading the information to see if he's turned loose. Now the pitch swung on and fouled out to the right side. He was turned loose and he took the cut. Fouled it off to the right side and the count is 3-1. Cleon moves back into the batter's box. Torrey holds against the runner at first. Ken Reitz playing a deep third base against the right-hand batter. Focus marches up to the top of the mound now. Looks in to catcher Ted Simmons for his time. Here's a 3-1 pitch. It's high. Jones walks. The bases are loaded. Dave Schneck goes back to the dugout, and Don Hahn is going to bat for him. Right-hand batting Don Hahn is coming up. This is simply a righty-lefty switch. The Mets are making a righty-lefty switch. They have been platooning Dave Schneck and Don Hahn right along. Here today, the Cardinals started a right-hander, but not for long. And so Don Hahn is being sent up to bat for Schneck. Hahn will now stay in the game in center field. Don Hahn is a right-hand batter who has an average of .232. He's had 2 homers and 21 runs batted in. But in recent weeks, he's delivered some big hits for the New York Mets. Still swinging at that, loosening up. Now moving on up toward the plate. The Cardinals lead 2-0. The Mets are batting in the bottom of the first with the bases loaded and 2 men out. And this crowd is trying to lend whatever support it may to the cause of the New York Mets. And it is a big, big crowd at Shea Stadium this afternoon. Focus will work straight away. He goes into the motion and the pitch to Hahn. He's in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Jerry Grody is now on deck. Wayne Garrett's the runner at third. Rusty Staub is at second. Leon Jones is at first. Again, Poker reads the sign from Simmons. The pitch. Going away for a ball. It's 1-1. Poker says that he added a fork ball to his repertoire. And he thinks that has made him a more effective pitcher than he was. This will be a 1-1 delivery. Swung on, foul back off the screen and out of play. It runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Don Hahn. From the number of inspections that were made of Poker's equipment, apparently there are people who are of the opinion that he's added more than a fork ball to his repertoire. He goes to the Rosendijk. Net runners lead at first, second, and third. On swings about a time or two. As it's cocked now, Poker's under motion. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled out to the right side. Out of play was a breaking pitch. Fouled out to the right side, and the count continues at 1-2. Lead all around. The pitch to Hahn. Breaking pitch missed outside. 2-2. Hahn was leaning out there, ready to protect the plate, but it was just off the corner, so the count is even at 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and it's fouled off the leg. Now Focus was taken by Sizemore over to Tyson for the fourth. That retires the side. That ball was lined off the leg of pitcher Rich Focus, changed direction so that second baseman Sizemore could get to it. He flipped to Tyson for the fourth play on Cleon Jones. That retires the side. So the Mets do not score. They had a hit. No errors and 3 men left. And at the end of an inning, the score is the Cardinals 2 and the Mets nothing. In Montreal, in the first game of the doubleheader, the Pirates and the Expos are now in the fourth inning, still tied 1-1. In Philadelphia, the Cubs and the Phillies are in the fourth inning with the Phils leading 4-1. Luis Melendez is coming up now to face George Stone. Melendez is hitting .262. He has 2 homers and 35 runs batted in. He's a right-hand batter. Garrett's even with the grass at third. George Stone, left-hander, into the motion. Pitch is foul back. It's out of play for strike 1. Ken Reitz is on deck for the St. Louis Cardinals of manager Red Chambers, who got off to the worst start in their history this year, and then turned it all around and were on top for a long stretch of the season before fading of late. Here's a pitch. Come on, swung on and lined into center. Sent for a base hit. One hopped out there by Don Hahn, and so Melendez has a leadoff single. That is the 4th hit for the Cards off George Stone. He is hitting .234. He has 6 homers and 41 runs batted in. We're getting action in the Met bullpen again as Harry Parker gets up to throw. Harry Parker warmed up in the first inning. He's warming up here in the second inning. George Stone again sets up. The pitch is fired in there for a call strike. Reese bluffed into a bunting stance and taking the pitch. It's 0-1. Mike Tyson's on deck. Now again, Stone checks the runner, throws to first, not in time. The Mets have purchased right-hand pitcher Bob Miller from the Detroit Tigers. He is here. He is in uniform, wearing number 30, as a matter of fact. He was an original Met back in 1962. Here's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Pittsburgh Pirates did not score in the top of the 4th inning. Montreal coming up in the bottom of the 4th, but the score tied 1-1. Now an 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground to second. Leon has it. He goes over to Harrelson. There's one to throw to first. Double play. terrific double play ball. Bounced to Millan at second. Flipped it over to Harrelson, who gunned it on to Milner. 4-6-3. 2 men out, nobody on. Mike Tyson, the number 8 man in the order, is at the plate. Tyson's hitting .242. He has 1 homer and 32 runs batted in. Start of the year, Ray Bussey was the shortstop for St. Louis Cardinals, but could not quite put it together until they replaced him with Tyson. Here's a swing and a foul ball off and out of play. On deck is the pitcher now, Rich Folker. Tyson hasn't played all that well at short either, but compared to Bussey, he has. Tyson has made 29 errors at shortstop. There's a swing and a high pop foul toward the Cardinal dugout. It is drifting toward the stands, and it's out of play. Jerry Grody climbing the barrier there at the corner of the dugout, but to no avail. 2 strike count now to Tyson. This is one of those circumstances where you try as best you can to retire this batter so that you have the pitcher leading off the next inning. 2 men out, nobody on base. The number 8 man in the order at the plate. George Stone does a little groundskeeping out there around the mound. Stone has won 12 games and lost 3. 2 strike delivery, swung on line into left for a base hit. Picked up by Jones and played back to Tyson. Has lined a single to left. That is 5 hits so far that the St. Louis Cardinals have. Off George Stone, and with 2 men out, Rich Focus is coming up. He's 2 for 19 at the plate this year. He's had 2 hits and 19 times at bat. Rich Folker. He's a left-hand batter. So far, George Stone hasn't fooled anybody very much. The St. Louis Cardinals got 3 hits in the first inning, including the 2-run homer by Adrian. They've had 2 hits here in the second. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Milner's holding against the runner at first base. Johnny Lewis on the coaching lines at first. Vern Benson at third. Has a fastball in for a called strike. It's 0-2. Lou Brock is on deck now. Stone again sets up. Offers 0-2. Swung on and missed. Struck him out to retire the side. So, no runs, 2 hits, no out. In the middle of the second inning, the score is the Cardinals 2 and the Mets nothing. For the Chicago Cubs now, Carmen Panzone has hit a 2-run homer in the 4th inning, his 6th of the year. So with the Cubs still batting, it is now the Phillies 4 and the Cubs 3. Meanwhile, Montreal did not score in the bottom of the 4th. The Pirates are coming up in the top of the 5th inning. First game of a doubleheader. Pittsburgh 1, Montreal 1. Jerry Grody will lead it off for the Mets. Grody is hitting .252. He has 1 homer and 28 runs batted in. Paid crowd here today will put the Mets over the 1,800,000 mark. And home plate attendance for the season so far. Here's a ground ball to second. Sizemore makes the play on to Torrey in time, and Grody on 1 pitch is grounded out. Second to first. Bud Harrelson is the batter now. He is a switch hitter. He's batting right. He's hitting .259. He has 20 runs batted in. Mike Thompson started today for the Cardinals, but did not stay long. He walked Garrett, and Millan got a base hit, and that was all as they made the switch to the left-hander, Rich Focus, who had been warming up right from the start. Reese is on the grass at third. Harrelson shortens up, bluffs the bunt, takes the pitch in the strike zone. It's 0-1. And now Lute Barnes is on deck to bat for George Stone. Lute Barnes is on deck. Here's a pitch outside. Harry Parker continuing to throw in the bullpen. Focus gets the sign again. The Pitch he swung on it in the air to left, and Lou Brock is backing up, backpedaling, and gets to the edge of the track to make the catch. Never did turn around and go back. He just kept backpedaling. Lou Barnes will bat for George Stone. Barnes does not have an official time at bat. Since coming up to the Mets from the AAA Farm Club in Tidewater, Virginia, he was up for the Mets last year. Lou Barnes. So Stone is out of the ball game. There's 2 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 1 and walked 9. There's a fastball in for a called strike at the knees. Wayne Garrett's on deck. Lou Barnes this year hit .226 at Tidewater. He had 5 home runs and drove in 47. Stole 22 bases. Here's a swing and a miss. It's 2 strikes now to Lou Barnes. Nolan Ryan is pitching today for the California Angels. He has won 19, lost 16, has struck out 355 batters, set a new American League record. That's in for a call, strike 3, and Lou Barnes looks at a stall third strike right down the pipe. The side is retired in order. It is nothing across. And at the end of 2 innings, the score is the Cardinals 2 and the Mets nothing.
Harry Parker, the new pitcher for the Mets. Harry making his 37th appearance. He's appeared 9 times as a starter. Has a record of 7 wins and 3 losses. He's had 5 saves. Last time out, he picked up a save for Stone. Shouldn't say last time out. Last time he picked up a save, it was in relief of George Stone. That was back on September 1st. This is Harry's first appearance since September 20th. The Cubs have tied up their game with Philadelphia at 4-4, with the Phillies batting in the bottom of the 4th. And Harry Parker will be pitching to Lou Brock as his first batter. George Stone went 2 innings, was charged with 2 runs, gave up 5 base hits, got helped out by 2 double plays. He struck out 1. The pitcher, Rich Folkers, walked none. So both starting pitchers removed early in the ball game as both managers play this one right to the hilt. In the 4th inning, for the Cubs, Cardinal walked and fans owned his 6th home run to make it the 4th-3 ball game. Then with 1 out, Rudolph was safe on Craig Robinson's error. Burris sacrificed him along, and he scored on a double by Kessinger, and the score tied at 4-4. Brock tried to bunt his way on his first time up and was thrown out by Wayne Garrett. Garrett guarding again against the bunt. Here's the first pitch by Parker. Fastball. It's outside the ball. Brock hitting .292. Parker back, and a fastball over the inside corner. A called strike. It's 1-1. Brock has 68 stolen bases, 633 in his entire career. There's a check on the swing. The pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Brock is 9th in the all-time stolen base list. Been thrown out 18 times this year. 86 attempts. Next pitch is hit high in the air to left field. A lot of time for Jones to get under the ball. He does, and he makes the catch. That will bring up Ted Sizemore. He has a single in his 1 appearance. Came home aboard the home run by Tommy Agee in the 1st inning. Agee on deck. Sizemore batting .276. He has 1 home run, 52 runs batted in. Going to the bottom of the 5th, Pittsburgh 1, Montreal 1 in the first game of their doubleheader. They have 2 doubleheaders to play. First pitch, low at the ball. Carlson playing over in the hole at shortstop against the right-hand batter. Pitch back to the plate over the inside corner. A called strike. It's 1-1. Walker, a right-hander. started the year with the Mets as a starting pitcher. Now he comes back to the plate, and the pitch is hit on the ground. Slowly to third, fielded by Garrett to throw to first for the out. That'll bring up Tommy Agee, who homered in the first inning. It was his 11th home run of the year. Agee hitting .227. He has 22 runs batted in. Agee hit a curveball out of the ballpark his first time up. And the first pitch is a fastball over the inside corner, a called strike. Cardinals leading 2-0. 2 men out, top of the third inning. Pitch back is hit on the ground toward Milner at first base. He comes up with the ball, goes to the bag, and the side retired in order by Harry Parker. The score at the end of 2.5 innings, the Cardinals 2, the Mets nothing. It's the Met half of the third with the Cardinals leading 2-0, and the Mets will have Wayne Garrett to lead off. Cardinals have 2 runs on 5 hits. They made no errors. The Mets have no runs and 1 base hit. They made no errors. Garrett walked his first time up in a 3-2 pitch. He's had a good week. He's had 10 hits and 30 times up. 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in, and scored 6 runs. Overall, he's hitting .246 with 15 home runs and 53 runs batted in. And batting for the first time against Rich Folker. The first pitch is swung on and fouled back at strike 1. Folkers has pitched to 7 batters. He's walked 1. Got all the others out. Mike Thompson started the game for the Cardinals, pitched to 2 batters, and was relieved. He walked Wayne Garrett, gave up a single to Felix Leon. Here's a pitch back inside. It's 1-1. Garrett walking in the first was walked for the 68th time this year. Now the 1-1 pitch. Garrett takes it high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Garrett has 119 hits, his career high. 2-1 pitch, and he almost gets hit as the pitch is inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's left the bases loaded in the first inning. They were retired 1, 2, 3 in the second. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Folker's next pitch is high and inside, and Garrett walks for the second time. Bring up Felix Mahon. Felix singled to right center field his first time up. Mahon hitting .292, 3 home runs, 36 runs batted in. He has 180 base hits. 2 shy of tying Tommy Agee's mark of 182 for club record. And Folkers from the set position. His first pitch is taken high, a ball. Time called is Joe Torre. Comes over from first base to talk with the pitcher. Montreal did not score in the bottom of the 5th, so Pittsburgh batting in the top of the 6th with the score tied at 1-1. Now Torre back to the bag. Folker set to go, and the 1-0 pitch. It's high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Now throwing in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Orlando Pena throw to first base, and Garrett back easily. We'll see a parade of pitchers in this ball game if there are any hitting threats. The 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now it's Simmons going out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. Ed Simmons, the catcher. Cardinals have lost 79 games. If they would lose today, that it would mark it at 80. And if the Mets would win and Pittsburgh would win, they'd be 4 back in the loss column to the Pittsburgh Pirates with 6 games to play and 3 games back to the Mets. And no games against either club. So this is just like the playoffs right now for Red Indies. Now time is back in. Here's a pitch over the plate for a call strike. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Garrett leads off at first base. Poker sets up. And a throw to first base. Garrett back easily. Sun breaking through the overcast right at this point, and it's very bright. Again, Garrett leads off. Poker sets up. And the pitch. Leon takes it high. Ball 4, and the Mets have the tying run at first base. Garrett moving down to second base, and here comes pitching coach Barney Schultz out to the mound. 2 consecutive walks. And the batter coming up is Rusty Staub. Rusty on a check swing grounded into a force play his first time up. He was the first man that Folkers faced when he came in the game. So Folkers has pitched to 9 batters. He has walked 3, given up no hits. Schultz, the pitching coach, now going back to the bench, and Rusty Staub stepping up. Staub hitting .270. What a 9-game hitting streak into the game. Over that period, batting at .343. And the first pitch to Staub. He takes the fastball inside. It almost hits him. He spins away. It's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Staub takes it very high. It's ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. That pitch was about a foot over the head of Rusty Staub. Next on deck batter is the left-hand batter, John Milner. Now Folkers goes to the rosin bag. Comes down in disgust. Makes contact with the pitching rubber. Looks in for the sign. Gets set, and the 2-0 pitch. Staub takes it inside. Ball 3. Just off the inside corner, and it's a 3-ball, no strike down. Now it's 3-0. Volker is back to the plate. Way inside, ball 4. The bases are loaded on walk. So the bases loaded, no one out, and John Milner coming up. We pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network. Ralph Garner, along with Lindsey Nelson and Bob Murphy. The Mets have the bases loaded. They're trailing by 2 runs. No one out. Bottom of the third. The batter is John Milner. First time up, Milner with runners at first and third on a 3-1 pitch. Popped up to shallow center. And there's a drive to right. It's going to be extra bases. It's foul. John Milner jumping on the first pitch, riding a foul drive down into the left field corner. Foul by about 30 feet. To Miller, a check swing and a foul ball. Well, Miller with a 2-strike count. Miller hitting .247. He has 23 home runs, 70 runs batted in. On deck batter, Cleon Jones. He might have to face the right-hander in the bullpen. Now it's 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It is inside. Miller has to jump away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball by Folkers that was inside by 4 or 5 inches. Now the signs are out. Folkers into the windup. Here's the next delivery, and it is taken for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's very close as Milner started to swing and then held up. So the count now at 2-2. And the next delivery. It is hit foul into the stands on the first base side. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wayne Garrett walks in a 3-2 pitch. Vince Meon on a 3-1 pitch. Rusty Staub on 4 pitches. And Milner swung at the first pitch and lined the foul ball into the right field corner. Had a check swing foul ball, took 2 balls, and has fouled off another. Now Miller in the batter's box. Wolford with the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Miller swings and misses, and he has struck out. So now 1 man out, and Cleon Jones coming up, and here comes Barney Schultz out to the mound. They're going to bring the right-hander in to pitch to Cleon Jones. Orlando Pena was throwing in the bullpen. He will come. This will be the 3rd pitcher used by manager Red Shandy. Mike Thompson started, faced 2 batters, walked 1, gave up a single, was taken out for Rich Folkers. Folkers pitched to 11 batters, did not give up a base hit. He walked 4. Struck out 2. And now with the Mets having Cleon Jones, the right-hand batter coming up, they're switching to a right-hand pitcher. Cardinals leading by a score of 2-0. They got 2 runs in the first and a 2-run home run by Tommy Aiken. Now let's check out what's going on elsewhere with Lindsey Nelson.
All right, Ralph, in the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates and Montreal Expos are playing 2 at Jerry Park in Montreal. The first game's in the top of the 6th inning in a 1-1 tie. Bruce Keeson 2-0 against Bill Stoneman, 4-7. Ken Singleton hit his 23rd homer of the year and batted in his 100th run of the year in the second with nobody on for Montreal. At Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Cubs are batting in the top of the 6th inning, and they're a 4-4 tie with the Phillies. The 4 the Phillies for. Rick Russell relieved by Ray Burris in the first inning. Ken Brett is going for the Phillies. Carmen Sansone hit a 2-run homer in the 4th. For the Chicago Cubs, his 6th of the year. The Atlanta Braves are in Houston. Rorik Harrison, 10-7 against Don Wilson, 11-15 last night at the Astrodome. Henry Aaron hits the 712th home run of his career. San Diego at San Francisco later. Cincinnati Reds play the Dodgers later. The Reds already have clinched at least a tie in the Western Division. Their magic number is 1 to wrap up the pennant in the West. They have won 11 of their last 13. 18 of their last 22. The American League, the Yankees and Cleveland are playing a pair in Cleveland in the 7th inning of the first game. It is the Yankees 9 and Cleveland 1. Mel Stottlemyre 14-16 against Dick Tidrow, relieved by Mike Kekich in the 5th. Ron Blomberg hit his 11th homer. Otto Velez hit 2, and Blomberg now has hit another, his 12th. This is coming in the 5th with 2 on. The end of 7 innings of play, Detroit 2, Boston nothing. Luis Tiana against Joe Coleman. Coleman's 121 game. Jim Northrup hit his 11th home in the 6th inning. The end of 2 innings, Baltimore nothing, Milwaukee nothing. Dave McNally 16-16 against Jim Slayton, 12-13. The Oakland A's have clinched at least a tie in the Western Division of the American League. They're playing the White Sox this afternoon. The end of 3 innings, Oakland 3, White Sox nothing. Vida Blue 19-9 against Wilbur Wood, 24-19. The Al Angels are at Minnesota. Nolan Ryan 19-16 against Joe Decker, 10-9. In the middle of the second, Texas 1, Kansas City nothing. Jim Bibby 8-9 against Paul Spudoff, 18-11. We're about ready to play here again, and here again is Ralph Kiner.
All right, Lindsey Nelson and Orlando Pena with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses, 5 saves, making his 40th appearance of the year, his 6th against the Mets. Against the Mets, he has won 1 and lost none, and he has saved 1. He'll be working to Cleon Jones. Cleon walked his first time up in a 3-1 pitch. Bases are loaded. Pena working from the set position, and the first pitch to Jones, a curve over a strike. Pena gave a Cardinal on June 15th. He was purchased from the Baltimore Orioles. He was originally signed by the Cincinnati Reds. He has spent time with the A's, the Tigers, the Indians, and the Pirates in Baltimore. Now the right-hander again from the set position. Here's the pitch to Jones. This one is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Forkball missing. He is a forkball specialist. Pena makes his home in Hialeah, Florida, just outside of Miami. Now he again goes to the set position, kicks. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch blowing outside. The Mets have Garrett on at third base, Felix Millan at second, Rusty Staub at first. They all got there on walk. Zollner struck out for the first out of the inning, and now Cleon Jones. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Jones slices it foul into the stands on the first base side, and the count goes to 2-2. are 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game, won by the Mets 2-0 on Garrett's home run. And overall hitting .259 with 7 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Now Pena with a new ball in play, working on the mound, backing up to make contact with the pitching rubber. Finally gets set to go, goes to the set position, leans in for the sign. Now gets it, goes to the set. There's a pitch. It is grounded foul. That was a breaking ball over the outside part of the plate. Jones topping the ball foul. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck batter for the Mets is Don Hahn, a right-hand batter. Now again the signs are out, and again the 2-2 pitch. Jones takes it inside. The count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch was close. Pena walks up toward the umpire, Nick Pelosi, and says something to him. Simmons turns around, also having some conversation with Nick Pelosi. 3-2 the count. Bases loaded, 1 man out. Mets trailing by 2 runs. Now the pitch. Jones swings and fouls it back into the screen. So the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mets have had only 1 base hit. That was by Leon as the second batter in the ballgame. That base hit knocked out starting pitcher Mike Thompson. Pitched to 2 batters. Now again it's at 3-2, and here's the pitch. Jones fouls it back, and the count again remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. That time, Jones fouled off a fastball that was about letter high. Capacity crowd at Shea Stadium. Fans walking around the ballpark can't get in. Stacked up on the platform that leads to the flushing line. And this ball game in the bottom of the third with 1 man out. Again, it's 3-2. Here's the pitch, and Jones hits the drive to center field. Going back is Agee. He'll catch it. And coming in from third base is Garrett. And the Mets get a run. So Leon Jones on the sacrifice fly gets his 43rd run batted in. Leon holding at second base, Cobb at first. And that will bring up Don Hahn. For Dave Sneck in the first inning with the bases loaded and grounded into a 4th play. Pittsburgh got a run on the top of the 6th. They lead Montreal 2-1 with Montreal batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. That game, the first of 2. And again, Pena set to go. There's a wild pitch. The ball bounces into it, and the runners move up. Leon over to third, and Cobb over to second. Now the Mets have the tying run at third base, the go-ahead run at second base, and the count on Don Hahn is ball 1. Ken Peng is going to work from the set position, no windup. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner. The knees are called strike. 1-1. On hitting .231. He has had 21 runs batted in. Batting in a big situation right here. And now 1 pitch is hit foul. Back into the stands, 1-2. Scored on the sacrifice fly by Jones, charged the record of Simmons batting .308, single to left field his first time up. He has batted safely in 10 consecutive ball games. In 31 of his last 33. Simmons with 87 runs batted in leads the club. He's had 12 home runs. Now batting left-handed for the first time. The first pitch is a curveball. It's low, ball one. Simmons batting .310 left-handed and .300 from the right-hand side. Next pitch is inside, just inside, ball two. Fastball missing. 2 balls, no strikes. Cardinals 2 runs on 5 hits. The Mets have 1 run and 1 base hit. And Parker's next pitch. Fastball and too high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Oakland leading the White Sox 5-0 with the White Sox batting in the bottom of the 4th. If Oakland wins that ball game, they will wrap it up. There's a strike call. It's 3-1. Baltimore has won the Eastern Division and Oakland just about ready. The 3-1 pitch. It is popped up into shallow left field. Moving up, the grass is down. He's under the ball, and he makes the catch. One away, it brings up Joe Torre. Joe hit into a double play his first time up. Batting .287 for this year, 13 home runs and 69 runs batted in. Torre played just a shade toward right center by Don Hahn, the center fielder. The first pitch, a fastball inside the ball. The 1-0 pitch. It is lined to left field, a base hit, and for Joe Torre, his 2,000th base hit in his major league career. And that ball will be thrown out of the ball game for a Torre souvenir. Here comes Nick Colosi up. He wants the ball, and it will be given to Joe Torre.
Number 2,000 in Torre's career. 3,000.
So Joe Torre, 0 for 5 in the series, picks up his first base hit. It's a very big one for him, number 2,000. Puts the runner at first base with 1 away and brings up Luis Melendez, who singled to center field in the second. Melendez batting .264. And the first pitch by Parker, a breaking ball in at the knees, a called strike. Parker came to the Mets for the St. Louis Cardinals. Right-hander sets up. His next delivery, fastball hit the right center, going over his stop, and he'll get to it. Rush the end of the ball, and he makes the catch. Throws back toward first base, but Torre hustling back beats the throw easily as Milner goes up to make sure he makes the catch. 2 men away, it brings up the third baseman Ken Reach. Reach it into a double play his first time up. Cardinals leading 2-1. 2 men out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch to Reach, the right-hand batter. It's line foul into the stands deep down in the left field corner. At the end of 6, it's Chicago 4 and Philadelphia 4. A 1-strike delivery. Popped up to shallow left field. Moving up is Jones, going back is Harrelson. Harrelson makes the call. Now he's run off, and Jones makes the catch. This side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And the score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Cardinals 2, the Mets 1. Montreal has tied up their game with the Pirates at 2-2 as they bat in the bottom of the 6th. Here, the Mets is trailing by 1. It's the Cardinals 2, the 1, and the first batter for the Mets, Jerry Grote. Orlando Pena with his first pitch, he's low with it. Ball 1. Grote grounded out to second base his first time up on his first pitch. Jerry Gary hitting .251. Now Montreal has taken the lead over the Pirates. Next pitch grounded out toward third. It's a foul ball. Montreal scoring another run in the bottom of the sixth. They lead Pittsburgh 3-2. One strike count on Jerry Grody. Grody has batted over 300 last 6 weeks. And Pena into the windup. Here's the 1-1 delivery. It is taken at the knees and called strike. Jerry started to swing, then held up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grody will be followed by Bud Harrelson and the pitcher Harry Parker as the Mets bat here in the fourth. Next pitch is grounded through the middle, going over Tyson and back at second. A fine play to throw to first in time for the out. Mike Tyson with range far to his left, getting the ground ball and making a good throw to first base. One away, it brings up Bud Harrelson. Bud flied out to left field his first time up. Mets have had only 1 base hit. That was back in the first inning. It was a single by Felix Millan. Harrelson hitting .258. Cubs did not score in the top of the seventh. That game still tied at 4-4 with Philadelphia batting in the bottom of the seventh inning. First pitch to Harrelson, a check swing, foul ball on the ground on the third base side. Bud batting left-handed. Next pitch, a wild swing at a pitch down low. Fork ball, it's strike 2. Orlando Pena, 40th appearance. He has been around a long time. Throws a fork ball, not too fast. Slider curve. Now 2 strikes, the pitch back to the plate. Swung on and fouled. That time the fastball fouled off. Pittsburgh's go-ahead run in the sixth scored with Sargent doubling with 1 out and Zisk coming right back with a double. Expos came back in their half to go ahead with 1 out, and there's a pitch for strike 3, and Harrelson was struck out. With 1 out, Singleton singled. He had homered earlier in the ball game, and Lytle singled him to third. Uche pinch hit for Bacabella and singled to score Singleton for the 2-2 tie, and Foley Parker will face the Cardinals now as they come up in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the number 8 man in the order, Mike Tyson, to lead it off. Tyson has been up 1 time, and he had a base hit. He is a right-hand batter. Sun is shining brightly here at Shea Stadium at the moment. In case you joined us along the way, the Cardinals got their 2 runs in the top of the first when Tommy Agee hit a 2-run homer. Here's Parker pitched to Tyson inside high, ball 1. The Mets came back in the bottom of the third to get their 1 when Cleon Jones hit a sacrifice fly and Wayne Garrett tagged and scored after the catch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and tight for a ball. Cardinals have had 6 hits, and the Mets have had only 1 so far. 2-0 the count to Tyson. Followed in the order by Orlando Pena. There's a fastball high. Harry Parker goes behind 3-0. Delivery is high, ball 4, and Parker has walked Tyson on 4 pitches. That will bring up Orlando Pena in a sacrifice circumstance. Third base coach Vern Benson is coming down to give him a little direct communication. Milner at first comes over to hold against the runner, Mike Tyson. Wayne Garrett at third is on the grass. The Mets anticipate a sacrifice attempt here.
Cardinals started the day with a record of 76 wins and 79 losses. 2 games back of the division-leading New York Mets. Here's the pitch. Pena's around. Bunts the ball up into the air. Foul to the right side into the seats and out of play. It's strike one. And Pena bunted the ball foul all the way back into the stands. Lou Brock, swinging bats, has moved up to the on-deck circle. Parker reads the sound of Grote, sets up now, checks the runner Tyson at first base. Pena's around, and the pitch is high, so it's 1-1. Garrett charging on the pitch, and so was Milner after holding against the runner. Parker again off the stretch. 1-1 delivery. Pena's around, bunts the ball. First base side, foul ball on the ground, out of play, glove by Milner. The count is 1-2. So now, what do? Do you have him bunt all the way? Do you take it off and let him swing away? Garrett stays on the grass at third. Parker off today. Here's the pitch, and you squares, bunts the ball, and it is out in front of the plate. Grote has it barehanded. He goes to first in time, and holding it second is Tyson as Harrelson scoots over to cover third, which was left unprotected for a moment. Leon covering first, so the play goes 2-4 on the sacrifice. That ball had a lot of spin on it. Grote couldn't find it for a moment, and then took the hop barehanded and gunned it on to Leon. Lou Brock coming up. He's gone 0 for 2 so far. The Pirates are batting in the 7th inning now. First game of a doubleheader at Montreal. The Expos are leading the Pirates 3-2. And the Cubs are batting in the 8th inning, tied with the Phillies 4-4. Lou Brock, left-hand batter. Facing right-hand pitcher Harry Parker. He sets and deals, and the pitch is fouled off to the left side, out of play. Lou Brock hitting .291 for the year. He leads the National League in stolen bases with 68 more than Joe Morgan of the Cincinnati Reds. Ted Sizemore is on deck. The Cardinals are leading here by a score of 2-1. Brock with that overly close stance at the plate. One strike pitch, swung on, pops up. Shortstop Bud Harrelson is calling. He's on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. Holding at second is Tyson, 2 away. Ted Sizemore is 1 for 2. He singled and was on base in the first inning when Tommy Agee hit his home run over the left field fence. The Detroit Tigers have defeated the Boston Red Sox by a final score of 3-0. Joe Coleman gets his 22nd win of the year on a one-hit shutout. A one-hit shutout of the Boston Red Sox. Jim Northrup had 2 homers for Detroit, his 11th and 12th. Parker's pitch to the right-hand batter inside, turned him out. Tommy Agee has moved up on deck. Agee by the Cardinals from the Houston Astros had gone to Houston from the New York Mets during the offseason. This will be a 1-0 delivery. It's on the way. Swung on, pops up, foul to third. Garrett's up on the coaching lines, and he makes the catch. So Sizemore fouls out to retire the side. There was a walk and 1 left. In the middle of the 5th inning, the score is Cardinals 2 and the Mets 1. The New York Mets are trailing by a run as they come up here in the bottom of the 5th inning now, and it'll be top of the batting order. Wayne Garrett to lead it off. Facing right-hand pitcher Orlando Pena. As the Red Chain, they started Mike Thompson today, but he worked to only 2 batters. Walked 1, gave up a hit to the other. And despite the fact that the Cardinals had a 2-run lead, he was removed, and Rich Focus was brought in. He worked 2 1/3, gave up 1 run on no hit. Struck out 2 and walked 3. Here's a pitch to Garrett, and it's in there for a called strike. The Mets have had only 1 base hit in this ballgame, a single by Leon in the first inning. Garrett has done it twice, and he has walked twice. 1 walk from Thompson, 1 from Folker. Now Pena with the pitch. Inside fastball, it's 1-1. Leon is on deck. Stadium is packed and jammed here today. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. There are a number of trees beyond the left center field fence, and there are spectators all over the branches of those trees out there. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Breaks inside low, just 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ted Simmons, the catcher, sending out a sign to Orlando Pena. Mets came into this game having won 5 in a row, equaling their longest winning streak of the season. 2-2 delivery now. Swung on, and it's lined to center for a base hit for Wayne Garrett. A soft line drive picked up by Agee and played back. And the Mets have a potential tying run on its first and nobody out. And Millan is coming up. Millan has been on base twice, had a base hit and walk. He's looking down to Eddie Yost to see how manager Yogi Berra wants to play it. So what do? Do you have Millan sacrifice, get the tying run and score in position at second, and let Rusty Staub and John Milner have a shot at getting him in? Joe Torre is coming over to hold against the runner now. And against the sacrifice possibility, Ken Reese is on the grass at third. Millan choked way up on the bat. Here's the pitch, and he takes it in there for a call strike. He wasn't bunting. He did not offer. The pitch was in the strike zone. So he looks down to Eddie Yost, the sign man, again to get his information. Strike 1 is the count. Gary takes his lead at first base. Here's the pitch. He's around this time. Bunts the ball, first base side. Pena has it. He'll have to go to first. He does to Torrey. The sacrifice is 1-3, and it moves Wayne Garrett to second. That is the 17th time that Millan has sacrificed, and that is a club record. Rusty Staub grounded out on a check swing ground ball in the first inning and walked in the third inning. Left-hand batter facing right-hand pitcher Orlando Pena. There is action starting up again now in the Cardinal bullpen. Diego Segui is throwing. Diego Segui is throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. Pitch to Rusty Staub, and it's in there for a call strike. Started him out with a fastball. 1 man out, runner at second. Staub at the plate and Milner on deck. Cardinals leading by a score of 2-1. Mets batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shea Stadium in New York. And you're again off the stick. Pitch swung on, hammered on the ground, foul up the first base line, out of play. Falls off into the corner of the Met dugout, actually, and the count goes 0-2. Staub turns, marches back toward the on-deck circle. He wants the pine tar rag. Montreal will be here Tuesday night and Wednesday night for the Mets' 2 final home games of the season. Tuesday night, Gary Koosman against Steve Rogers. Wednesday night, Tom Seaver against Baylor Moore. Koosman is 12-15. Seaver is 18-10. It'll be a 2-strike delivery now to Rusty Staub. Curveball hit him in center field. It's in for a base hit. Garrett gets the green light. He's coming home. Agee up the throw. Cut off by Torrey. Garrett scores. Staub holds it third. Single to center, run batted in, and the score is tied. The Mets 2 and the Cardinals 2. Rusty Staub slams the 2-strike delivery on a line into center for a solid base hit to drive in the tying run. Now Staub is himself potential go-ahead run. On at first with 1 man out, and Milner is up. Pitch to Milner is high and away for a ball. John Milner has slid to center and struck out so far. Diego Segui continues to throw. The crowd has suddenly come alive as the Mets have come back. Now the score at 2-2. As a breaking pitch in for a call strike. It's 1-1. Leon Jones is waiting on deck. The Mets have now had 3 hits. The Cardinals have had 6. Now here's the pitch. Swung on at this breaking pitch. It's 1-2. makes the catch. Staub holds it first, 2 away. Leon Jones will be the batter. Had a sacrifice fly to drive in the first, Mets run in the third, and he walked in the first. Chicago Cubs went ahead of the Phillies in the top of the 8th. As Cardinal singled, Rosello also singled with 1 out and with 2 gone. Then Beckert pinch hit for Burris. Got a bad hot single for the go-ahead run. So it is Chicago 5, the Phillies 4, and the Phils are batting now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a third of first not in time. The Pirates are leading Montreal 6-3 as they bat in the top of the 7th. Pirates and Montreal playing a doubleheader. Game was 43,500. 43,005 was the advance. But the sale of tickets here at the stadium was cut off about 45 minutes before game time. Here's a pitch that misses low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Greg Kasky has come in to relieve Bill Stoneman from Montreal now. There's a call strike. Wilbur Stargell hit his 42nd home run of the year for Pittsburgh in the 7th with 2 on. So Pittsburgh is leading by a score of 6-3, still batting in the 7th inning. Here's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Agee is followed by Ted Simmons in the Cardinal batting order. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Check swing, foul ball. Yesterday's baseball quiz on the message board. Can you name the man who holds the record for total home runs in All-Star game competition? The man who holds the record for total home runs in All-Star game competition. Harry Parker goes into the motion. Here's his pitch. He swung on and missed. He strikes out 8. First strikeout for Parker. Brings up Simmons. He's 1 for 2. The Oakland A's are apparently clinching the flag in the Western Division of the American League, and Vida Blue toward his 20th win of the year because they've just scored 5 more runs in the top of the 5th. Going to the bottom of the 5th, it is Oakland 10, the Chicago White Sox nothing. Pitch to Simmons, switch hitter batting left, is inside for a ball. He had a base hit in the first inning to keep his consecutive game hitting streak alive at 10 straight games. Here's a swing and a foul ball to the left side. Now to play at 1-1. Joe Torre is next in the Cardinal batting order. The Cardinals 2 and the Mets 2. The Cards have had 6 hits. The Mets have had 3. Parker at 1-1 pitch. Swung it on the ground at second. Leon gets the big hop. He plays it over to Milner. Simmons is out, 2 away. Now Joe Torre grounded out in the first and had a base hit in the 4th. Bob Porsche is throwing now in the bullpen. Right-hander Bob Porsche is throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. Joe Torre, who has been playing with a sore shoulder, hitting .288. 13 homers, 69 runs batted in. The base hit he got in the 4th inning was the 2,000th base hit of his career. That pitch is low for a ball. So umpire Nick Colosi stopped the game, got the ball, and tossed it over for Torre to keep as a souvenir. Right now, Colosi gets the bat boy to retrieve a hard hat. That is low for a ball. Now the Mets start Tug McGraw up and throwing in their bullpen. Tug McGraw gets up to throw in the Met bullpen. 2-0 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Big hop to Harrelson. He plays across to Milner, and the side is out in order. As Harry Parker sets them down 1-2-3. And in the middle of the sixth inning, the score is tied. The Cardinals 2 and the Mets 2.
Tommy John.
Gibson the motion, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and he didn't hear the center. Agee goes back. He gets there, and he makes the catch. Agee started breaking back with the crack of the bat. Straight away center field. One man is out, and Jerry Grody will be the batter. Pittsburgh got 4 runs, take a 6-3 lead. They got the 4 in the 7th inning. Sergio hit his 42nd homer in the 7th with 2 on. For Montreal now, Chuck Taylor's in doing the pitching. For Pittsburgh, Ramon Hernandez is doing the pitching. That's the first game of a doubleheader. The end of an inning, San Diego 2, the Giants 1. Clay Kirby against Tom Bradley. Nate Schobert hit his 19th home in the first with 1 on for San Diego. There's a pitch to Grody, and it's in for a call strike. He bluffs the bunt. Tito Fuentes hit his 6th home in the first with nobody on. Here's the pitch to Grody. Foul back and out of play. The Pirates scored those 4 runs in the 7th. As Fines walked and Cash single, Craig Castor replaced Tillman for the extra, and with 1 man out, Oliver looped the single to right to score Fines, and Sargent then walloped his 42nd home run to score behind Cash and Oliver for a 6-3 Buck lead. 2-strike pitch to Grody. Breaks low. Tug McGraw continues to throw. The Met bullpen. Answer to the quiz. The man who holds the record for home runs in All-Star games is just that, the man who's also known as Stan Musial, and whose 6 All-Star clouds through tops. Here's a 1-2 pitch. High for a ball. It's 2-2. Stan Musial did more home runs in All-Star competition than any other man. 6. 2-2 delivery. On the ground, foul back of third. And the Phillies' 8th, Locker came in to pitch for the Cubs. Montañez opened with a liner that jammed off Locker for a base hit. Locker had to come out and was replaced by Hooten. The inning continues. This is a 2-2 offering. And it's low for a ball. The count is full at 3-2 to Grody. Batting here with 1 man out and nobody on base. A payoff pitch, and it's on the way. Hit on the ground, deep short. It's going to go through for a base hit. Through the hole. Picked up out there by Brock and played back in Jerry Grody. Is on with 1 man out, and Bud Harrelson will be coming up. Harrelson slide to left was called out on strike, 0 for 2. Switch hitter batting left here. Mets are batting in the bottom of the 6th. The score is tied. The Mets 2 and the Cardinals 2. Forrest and Rabowski in the bullpen now. Forrest and Rabowski throwing in the bullpen for the St. Louis Cardinals. A righty and a lefty. Ken Reese, third baseman, on the grass for the Cards. Harrelson, that's number 8 in the order. Harry Parker's on deck. Harrelson squares, wants the ball up to first base. Letting it roll. It is a foul ball. Picked up by Ted Simmons as it got into foul territory. So that'll bring Grody back to the bag at first. Bud Harrelson squared around and laid it down. McGraw is still throwing in the bullpen. Harrelson coming back to the plate now, looking down to fireman Eddie Yost. He squared around, bunted the ball. Pena bent forward as the sign sets up. Here's a pitch. Harrelson's around. He bunts the ball up into the air. Pena can't handle it. It's off his glove. Now so to second, and he is out at second base. Grody at fourth as he held up, thinking that Pena would catch the ball. It skidded off the glove of Pena. A foot or two away was picked up by Simmons, who looked at first, had no play on Harrelson, but then saw that he had a play on Brody. Brody had been screened off from being able to see it. And so the fourth goes 2-6. 2 men are out, and Boswell will bat for Parker. Boswell will bat for Parker with McGraw in the bullpen. Left-hand batter Ken Boswell. Hitting .222, 2 homers and 14 runs batted in. Simmons has gone out for a word with Pena now. Harry Parker turned in 4 sparkling innings. He allowed no runs, only 1 hit. He struck out 1 and he walked 1. Boswell, a left-hand batter. In and waiting at first base. Not sure he holds against the runner, Bud Harrelson. Pena off the stretch. Ball is fouled to the right side on the ground. Corner of the mid dugout. Out of play. On the pitch, Harrelson will lengthen out the lead. Returns to the bag now. It's strike 1 to Boswell. Both his home runs were pinch home runs. The season series between these two teams. The Mets have won 9 and the Cardinals have won 8. Here's a throw to first, not in time. Harrelson's back. Cardinals 2 runs, 6 hits. Mets 2 runs, 4 hits. McGraw has finished warming up in the bullpen. It's a swing and a foul ball. Off speed pitch. It's 0-2. Wayne Garrett waiting there on deck. Bright sunshine here at Shea Stadium right now. Time to time we've had some cloud cover this afternoon. 0-2 the count to Boswell. 2 men out, runner at first. Delivery. Swung on line to the right field for a base hit. Harrelson is around second on his way to third. Melendez up. His throw goes to second. Harrelson pulls up safely at third. Boswell on with a sharp single to right. Now runners first and third, and 2 men out. Wayne Garrett is the batter. He's been on base 3 consecutive times. Walked, and singled. Here comes Barney Schultz, the pitching coach of the Cardinals, out to the mound. They've got Rabowski, a left-hander. Bob Forge, a right-hander in the bullpen. Now it is Segui and Rabowski. Diego Segui is up and throwing. Schultz and Pena talking over. The time goes for the left-hander. Alan Rabowski will be coming in here. They want a left-hander to work to up left-hand batting Wayne Garrett. Will get the ride into the electric cart. He'll be making his 43rd appearance. He has won 2 and lost 3. He worked yesterday for an inning and allowed no runs and no hits. Alan Rabowski. So while we wait for him to come in and wait for the pitching chance to check us out on baseball action elsewhere, here's Bob Murphy.
All right, Lindsay. Going to the 8th inning, Pittsburgh leading Montreal 6-3. Willie Stargell struck the big blow, a 3-run homer in the 7th inning, his 42nd home run. Hernandez on and release now for the Pirates. Tom Walker in the 4th, Montreal pitcher. Remember, that is the first game of a doubleheader. The Cubs have made 2 pitching changes this inning. Chicago going into the last of the 8th, leading Philadelphia 5-4. Ken Brad has gone all the way for Philadelphia. The Cubs now have used Russell, Burroughs, Locker, and Hooten. Atlanta 2, Houston nothing at the end of 3. Rory Diggs Harrison and Don Wilson are the pitchers. A home run by Dick Veach. Henry Aaron homered last night. He needs only 2 now to tie Babe Ruth. May not be playing in the game today, but we'll have 5 games in Atlanta to try and hit 2 for a tie. The Giants lead San Diego 2-1 in the second. Clay Kirby and Tom Bradley are the pitchers. Home runs by Nate Colbert, his 19th, and Tito Fuentes. Cincinnati at Los Angeles not underway. The magic number for the Reds is 1. The Yankees defeated Cleveland 9-1. Stottlemyre the winner and Tidrow the loser. The Phillies now have gone ahead of Chicago by a score of 9-5. They are still batting in the last of the 8th inning. The Phillies have scored at least 5 runs in the 8th inning. A big help to the New York Mets. In the American League, Detroit beat Boston 3-0. Joe Coleman, the winner. Luis Tiant, the loser. Jim Northrup hit 2 home runs. Baltimore, a divisional crowd winner, 1, Milwaukee nothing in the 5th. Oakland about to wrap it up, leading Chicago 10-0 at the end of 6. California 5, Minnesota nothing after 2. Nolan Ryan going for his 20th, and he has 355 strikeouts. Kansas City 5, Texas 1, the 4th inning. Now, Lindsey Nelson. All right, Bob Murphy, the Mets now have runners at first and third. 2 men out. Left-hand pitcher Alan Roboski has been brought in to pitch the left-hand batter Wayne Garrett. Garrett has been on base 3 consecutive times, walked, and singled. Hitting .247 for the year, 15 homers and 53 runs batted in. The score is tied 2-2. Mets are batting in the 6th inning. Roboski looks for his sign. The Met runners lead at first and third. Roboski sets up. Here's the pitch to Garrett. Swung on and missed. It's strike 1. Felix Millan is next in the Met batting order. Bud Harrelson is the runner at third. Ken Boswell is the runner at first. McGraw starts to throw again in the Met bullpen. He'll be coming in. You'll recall Parker was removed for the pinch hitter. He sets and deals, and there's a swing and a drive in the air to deep right center, way back toward the track, and it is one up to the wall. Harrelson has scored. Boswell gets the green out of third. He's coming home. Boswell scores. Garrett slides into third with a triple. 2 runs batted in, and the Mets are leading by a score of 4-2. With a triple and 2 runs batted in, and the Mets are out front by a score of 4-2. Both the runs are charged to Orlando Pena. Now Millan is up, and they're going to put him on. The walk is being issued to Millan because they want to get to the left-hand batter Rusty Strauss. So they're going to put Millan on and work to Rusty. They don't want Roboski to work to the right-hand batter. Ball 3. Rod is waiting on deck. 2 men out. And here's ball 4. As Millan goes to first, we pause the station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Bob Murphy and Ralph Canner at Shea Stadium in New York, where the Mets are leading the Cardinals by a score of 4-2. Mets are batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners at first and third. 2 men out. Rusty Staub at the plate. Pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0 to Staub. He's grounded into a forced play, walked, and singled a drive and a run so far. Rusty Staub. With a batting average of
271 for the season. Wayne Garrett, the runner at third. Felix Leon, the runner at second.
In the National Football League, a final score is in. A field goal in the fourth quarter from 14 yards away by Gogolak, giving the New York Giants a 23-23 tie with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Giants are the biggest favorite of any team in pro football on Sunday to win that ball game, but they didn't make it. 23-23, a tie between the heavily favored New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the third period, Kurt Nyda kicked a 28-yard field goal to give the Washington Redskins a 10-7 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. However, the Cardinals scored another touchdown a short time later, and as a result, that ball game is now 14-10 in favor of St. Louis. That's in pro football. At the end of the first half, Green Bay leads Detroit 13-6. Minnesota and Chicago are tied at 10 at the half. At the end of three periods, Kansas City leads New England 10-0. Houston and Cincinnati are tied at 10-10 at the end of three periods. And Pittsburgh leads Cleveland 26-3 at the end of three periods.
Doug McGraw takes over the pitching. Top of the seventh inning at Shade. And that's for the Cardinals, too. Four brilliant relief innings by Harry Parker. He allowed no runs, only one hit. Walked one and struck out one. The pitchers of record at the moment are Harry Parker and Orlando Pena. McGraw in his last 13 outings has won 4, saved 9. Now, if he can protect the two-run lead, Harry Parker will have his 8th win of the year. Super job in relief by Harry Parker, the tall right-hander from Collinsville, Illinois. At Yankee Stadium, the New York Giants and Philadelphia Eagles played to a 23-23 tie. Luis Melendez, Ken Reitz, and Mike Tyson will be hitting for the Cardinals in the seventh inning. Diego McGee warming up in the Cardinal bullpen. Member of the New York Mets, veteran right-hander Bob Miller is now warming up. McGraw's last outing in relief was Wednesday night. He saved the game for George Stone, pitching 3 innings. He allowed no runs and 2 hits. Strike one call. To Melendez, a foul ball, straight back, strike 2. Doug McGraw making his 57th appearance this afternoon. Matches his previous high in appearances for 1 year. Now the wind-up, the 2-strike delivery. Ground ball bounced slowly. Tough play for Bud Harrelson. He snags it, guns it, he's out. By Buddy Harrelson against the running speed of Melendez, and he can fly. He gunned it, and he got him. 1 out and nobody on. Ken Reitz coming up. Chicago had been making menacing gestures. They had won 5 in a row, moved within 2.5. A Philly win over Chicago would help the New York Mets. The Pirates are playing 2 at Montreal. They're winning the first game 6-3 in the 8th. McGraw winds the pitch to Reitz. A ground ball off the glove of Garrett, grabbed by Harrelson. The long throw. He's out. That old Mets magic goes to work. took a very high hop. Garrett went over his head. Couldn't get it, but got a glove on it. Changed the direction of the ball. Harrelson goes in behind him, grabs it, and from the rim of the outfield grass, Harrelson made a long and a beautiful throw to Milner, and Reese is out. The play goes 5-6-3. 2 outs, nobody on in the 7th. The batter is Mike Tyson. Bertie Carbo comes out on deck as the potential pinch hitter. The windup by McGraw, the pitch to Tyson. Screwball low outside, ball 1. It's going to be Tim McCarver, not McCarver. Tim McCarver, veteran left-hand hitter, had a high pop fly over near the right field line. Cobb coming in, throws up, he's under it. That's inside his head. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. In the middle of the 7th, the Mets 4, the Cardinals 2.
Continuing with the baseball scoreboard, Atlanta and Houston after 3.5. Atlanta leads at 4-0. San Diego and San Francisco after 2.5. San Diego leads that game 2-1. Tito Fuentes and Nate Colbert hitting home runs. Colbert's 19th for San Diego. Fuentes is 6th for San Francisco. Kirby against Bradley. Later on, Cincinnati at Los Angeles. One final in the American League. Detroit shut out Boston 3-0 on a one-hitter by Joe Coleman, who is now 22-15 on the season. Detroit 3 runs on 5 hits, and 2 of those 5 hits were home runs by Northrup, his 11th and 12th of the season, both of them solo shots. Louis Tiant got the loss, his record 19-13. New York is clobbering Cleveland 9-1 at Cleveland. That's the first game of a doubleheader. Stottlemyre against Tidrow to start. Kekich now pitching for Cleveland. Bloomberg hit his 11th and 12th home runs for New York. And Otto Velez, who was just brought up from Syracuse in the International League, when the team went to the 40-man limit, hit 2, his first 2 in the major leagues. A single shot in the 2nd and a solo blast in the 4th inning.
Well, the overflow crowd at Shea Stadium standing for the 7th inning stretch. Ticket sales were shut off 45 minutes before the first pitch was thrown. Fans hanging around, climbing trees, watching from the subway ramp. Second time in the last 3 days, the big stadium has been jam-packed. John Milner leads off against Alan Rabowski in the last of the 7th inning. The Mets 4, the Cardinals 2. No game tomorrow. Harry Koosman pitches against Steve Rogers of Montreal Tuesday night. Rogers has been phenomenal. He has won 9 and lost 4. In the 4 games that he has lost, they have all been well-pitched games. And a strike call to the hammer on the outside corner. Milner is 0 for 3. Wayne Garrett won yesterday's game with a 2-run homer. And a breaking ball of strike. His triple at the right center in the 6th inning moved the Mets ahead by a score of 4-2. Wade now has 55 runs batted in. And a swing and a foul coming straight back. 10 more RBIs than Wade has ever had before in 1 year. But the way he has hit in September has been beautiful. The month of September, the Mets have won 16, lost only 6. And a foul ball back up into the press box. In driving to the top of the Eastern Division, the Mets have won 9 of their last 11, 14 of their last 18, 20 of their last 27. A week deep into August, they were still 11 and a half games out. And a towering pop foul, hoping for a play, is Torrey. He comes over to the railing, and it's in the crowd. Milner, Cleon Jones, and Don Hahn face Alan Rabowski. We are now in the last of the 7th. 9th inning at Philadelphia. The Phillies lead Chicago 9-5. Last of the 8th inning at Jerry Park. Pittsburgh leading Montreal 6-3. Low outside. The Pirates, in effect, have 4 more games to play than the New York Mets. So, regardless of how well the Mets play, they must have somebody beat Pittsburgh. figure percentage-wise, there were the Pirates playing back-to-back doubleheaders, they would not win them all, but you never know. Usually in a doubleheader, the percentages favor a split. Swing and a miss. Milner is struck out. First strikeout for Alan Rabowski. It will bring up Cleon Jones. Cleon has walked. Batted in a run with a well-hit sacrifice fly in the third inning. He hit into a force play in the fifth inning. The last 5 games, Cleon has driven 9 runs across the plate. Rabowski looking into Simmons to get his side. And the pitch on the way to Cleon Jones is low. 1 ball and no strike. New York 4 runs on 6 hits. St. Louis 2 runs on 6 hits. Cleon holding up. It breaks low. 2 balls and no strikes. The Cardinals have called on 4 pitchers. The Mets have called on 3. The bullpen can rest tomorrow. The Mets have tomorrow off. The 2-0 delivery. Low, ball 3, 3-0. In the New York bullpen, Jim McAndrew and Bob Miller, who have just joined the New York Ball Club, are loosening up their arms. And a foul coming back, 3-1. Nobody on, last of the 7th inning. Don Hahn, the on-deck batter. Now Ted Simmons crouching behind the plate. The pitch to Cleon works the outside corner, a strike. It's 3-2. Jones, Staub, and Garrett have knocked the runs in for the New York Mets today. Montreal out of the 8th inning without scoring. Pittsburgh ahead 6-3 going to the 9th. And a fly ball, well hit to right by Jones. It's deep, back toward the fence. It is gone. Ball cleared the fence at the 371 mark in right center. Cleon has now knocked in 10 runs in the last 5 ball games. The Mets lead by a score of 5-2. For Cleon Jones, his 8th home run of the year. He now has 44 runs batted in. And the pitch taken for a ball by Don Hahn. The pitch by Rabowski is swung and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The last 5 games here at Shea. On this homestand, Jones has 10 runs batted in. His bat getting hot at a perfect time. High and away, 2-1 on Don Hahn. So Rabowski in relief has been reached for a triple by Garrett, driving 2 in, a home run by Cleon. Swing and a miss by Hondo Hahn. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Mets open up a 3-run lead in the home 7th inning. St. Louis returns home. They have a 3-game series with Chicago. And the pitch on the way, foul back into the crowd. The Mets would love to have the Cubs out of the race by the time they get there next weekend. If the Cubs are still in the race, Wrigley Field will be jammed to capacity, which would give the home team something in their corner. Just as the big crowds here at Shea have helped the New York Mets. It's 2-2 on Don Hahn. And it's under the knees, 3-2. On 0 for 3 in today's ball game. Everybody has been contributing. Hahn has contributed 3 very important hits in the last. Lebowski delivers 3-2. And a bloop fly ball down the right field line, headed for foul ground, out of play. It's all over, but it became a scare. The Phillies defeated the Cubs 9-7. Cubs got 2 in the 9th inning and fell 2 runs short. Philadelphia defeating Chicago but 9-7, ending the Cubs' 5-game win streak. So if the Mets can win this game, they will lead Chicago by 3.5 games. 3-2 pitch to Hahn. Drive going foul down the right field line. No play. Now Woodall throwing a touchdown pass. The Jets have tied up the Colts 10-10 in the third. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And Don Hahn has reached on a walk. Barney Schultz out of the dugout. And Red Shandy is coming out to talk with the plate umpire, Nick Colosi. Diego Segui is in the bullpen along with Scipio Spink. I would think that Red is contemplating a dual change as he talks with Colosi because the pitcher, Al Rabowski, is scheduled to lead off in the top of the 8th inning. And so it will be a double change. McCarver is coming in the ball game, and he will bat 9th. And Joe Torre perhaps will go to third base, and Ken Reitz will come out. Or Reitz may move over to another spot. Tyson, the shortstop, made the last out. That's the man that won out of the ball game. So Torre will move to third. Will come out of the game. They want to have a glove at shortstop. New York ahead 5-2. We're in the last of the 7th inning. San Diego Segui is coming in the ball game. Here are the attendance figures coming in. 51,962. Paid. 5,1,926. That's the largest paid crowd of the year. Largest paid crowd of the year, 51,926. 54,701. The total crowd, including the Midget Met program, 54,701. So the paid crowd today is 51,926. With the crowd 54,701. Diego Segui will do the pitching. It will be his 62nd ball game of the year. He has won 6 and lost 6. Ken Reitz comes out of the ball game. So Diego Segui will be hitting number 7. And the first baseman, Tim McCarver, is now batting 9th. That means McCarver will lead off in the 8th inning. Al Rabowski is out of the game. He came on to replace Orlando Pena. And Wayne Garrett smashed a long triple to deep right center, driving home Harrelson and Boswell. Boswell had delivered another pinch single for Boswell, his 12th pinch hit of the year.
Montreal game is in the last of the night, with Pittsburgh ahead 6-3. It's the first game of a doubleheader. Pittsburgh's using Bruce Keeson and Ramon Hernandez in the opener. Pirates actually lead the Mets by one game in the loss column. If the Pirates should win all the remaining games, there is no way the Mets can win it. So somebody has to beat the Pirates at least a ball game. Jerry Grody up against Diego Segui. And the pitch by the right-hander, a swing out of a strike one. That's 5, Cardinals 2. Don Hahn is on first base, 1 man away. And the forkball is full foul over the head of Eddie Yost, coaching at third. Tomorrow, a day off, Jerry Koosman against Steve Rogers Tuesday night, Willie Mays night. Tom Seaver and Baylor Moore on Wednesday night. Seaver will be going for his 19th. The pitchers of record in this game are Harry Parker and Orlando Pena. Diego Segui, the 5th Cardinal hurler. In the Cardinal bullpen now, it's Lou Krause and Tom Murphy, 2 right-handers. And the pitch by Segui is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jerry Grody. Jerry, 1 for 3, singled to get things going in the inning. He was erased in a force play, but Boswell followed with a pinch single. A pitching change was made. Rabowski, a left-hander, came in to face Garrett, a left-hand hitter. Garrett tripled to right center, driving 2 home. He had made it 4-2. Leon Jones has homered, and it's 5-2. There goes Hahn. Hit and run play and a pop fly into short right field. Hahn coming back the other way. Now the throw to second base, and he's out. Todd Hahn was running to second on a hit and run play. Grody lunged at the ball and hit a pop fly that landed for a base hit in short right field. Hahn thought the ball was going to be caught. He turned and was running back to first. Then was an easy force out at second. Melendez to Tyson, and Grody loses a base hit. Don Hahn misjudging the ball, and it cost a scoring opportunity. Jerry Grody loses a base hit. Bud Harrelson, the batter. 2 men away, Grody on first base. Bud has gone 0 for 3. Takes outside and low, ball 1. The line score at Philadelphia. Philadelphia had 9 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. Chicago had 7 runs on 16 base hits. They made 3 errors. Ken Brett won his 13th game. Bert Hooton, the loser, in relief. Under with these to Buddy Harrelson. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball hit right up the middle for a base hit. Grody will stop at second. Bud Harrelson singles to center. And now Doug McGraw will be up for the first time. Doug McGraw, the hitter. Runners on first and second, 2 men down. The Mets can win this one. They'll be waiting to hear the outcome of the second game in Montreal today. Remember, they play a doubleheader there tomorrow evening. Then the Expos come into New York for Willie Mays night, Tuesday night, and the final home game Wednesday night. In Chicago next weekend, a day game Friday, a doubleheader Sunday, The final game, a doubleheader Saturday, and the final game on Sunday a week from today. Pitch to McGraw, swung and missed, strike one. The Pirates had a game rained out with San Diego that will be made up when the season is over if it has a bearing on the outcome. It probably will. And the pitch. Ground ball hit down to third. Torrey grabs it, steps on third. Fourth play to retire the side. In the seventh inning, one run on the home run by Cleon Jones. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Now, at the end of 7, the New York Mets 5 and the St. Louis Cardinals 2.
Let's update the baseball scoreboard now. Here's a final in the National League. Bad news for Cub fans. The Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Cubs today 9-7. The total's 9-12-1 for Philadelphia. For Chicago, 7-16-3. Brett wins his 13th against 3 losses. Hooten, the loser. His mark is now 13-15. And the first of 2 at Montreal after 8.5. Pittsburgh leads the Expos 6-3. The first of 2 games at Montreal. St. Louis of New York is our game, of course, and the Mets lead 5 to be going to the top of the 8th in a minute with the Cardinals at bat. After 3.5, Atlanta leads Houston 4-0. San Diego at San Francisco after 3. The Padres 2, and the Giants 1. Later start Cincinnati at Los Angeles. In the American League after 7, the Yankees.
Pittsburgh defeated Montreal 6-3 in the first game of their doubleheader today at Jerry Park. Bruce Keeson and Ramon Hernandez combined for the victory. Bill Stoneman the loser. The big blow, a 3-run homer by Willie Stargell, his 42nd home run of the year. Dave Johnson of Atlanta leading the league and the majors in home runs with 43. So the Cubs, that helps New York. It was 9-7, but Pittsburgh beat Montreal 6-3. Atlanta 4, Houston nothing after 4 innings in the Astrodome. Then the Braves go to Atlanta for their last 5 ball games. Henry Aaron will have 5 games at home in Atlanta where they fly. They hit 2 home runs to tie the incomparable Babe Ruth. Giants 2 and San Diego 1 in the 4th inning. Tonight, if the Reds beat the Dodgers, or this afternoon, if they defeat the Dodgers, it's all over in the Western Division. The Yankees defeated Cleveland 9-1. Stottlemyre won his 15th. Otto Velez had 2 home runs in the game. Tim McCarver is up against Doug McGraw. Inside and low, it is ball 1. Yankee game at Cleveland, the first of a doubleheader in the nightcap. Doc Medich and Milt Wilcox are the pitchers. Now McGraw delivers to McCarver, foul coming back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe Coleman won his 21st, and he pitched a 1-hit shutout as Detroit beats Boston 3-0. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit toward the middle, moving to his right. Felix Mian, he has it on the builder, 1 down. 1 away in the Cardinal 8th inning. It will bring up Lou Brock. Well, Sandy Alper advises us the temperature is now 83 degrees. Summer weather came back to New York. Baseball weather. Baltimore leading Milwaukee 1-0 in the 6th inning with McNally trying to win his 17th. Oakland just about has it wrapped up. They lead Chicago 10-2 in the 8th inning. And the game is over, and if they win it, it's all over in the Western Division of the American League. Vida Blue going for his 20th. Lou Brock waiting. Fastball, low, ball 1. Nolan Ryan going for his 20th. California leads Minnesota 7-0 in the 4th inning. And a breaking ball, knee high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kansas City leading Texas 6-4 after 5 innings. Doug McGraw with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike on Lou Brock. Ted Sizemore is on deck. Mets 5, the Cardinals 2. This is the 8th inning. Low outside, 2 balls and a strike. Mets need a victory to maintain their 1-game lead over the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 2-1 pitch. Low, ball 3, 3-1. And if Pittsburgh wins the doubleheader, and the Mets win here, the Pirates would gain a half game, trail New York by 1/2 game. 3-1 pitch. Inside, Brock has reached on a walk. Jerry Grody walks out toward the mound and talks to Doug McGraw. Ted Sizemore will be the hitter. Second baseman Sizemore, 1 for 3, singled in the first and came around to score on Tommy A's 2-run homer. Nothing going in the New York bullpen. McGraw from the stretch fires a fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Sizemore. The 1-0 delivery over a call strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery misses the inside corner. It's 2 balls and a strike. That's to the infield straight away, hoping to make the double play. The outfield is set up straight away. Milner holding against base runner Brock. The 2-1 way up high, ball 3. And Doug McGraw close to being on the edge of some trouble here. Tommy Agee is the on-deck batter. Then the cleanup hitter, Ted Simmons. Pitching 3-1. He's taking, and it's a fastball, a strike 3-2. They have Sizemore taking on 3-1. They'd like for him to work out a walk if he possibly can. Brock edging away. The 3-2 pitch. Lined foul deep down the left field line, no play. That ball hit a long way by Ted Sizemore. McGraw makes the 1-second stop, delivers at a half-swing foul. He went after a through ball on 3-2. That might have been out of the strike zone had he not fouled it off. Remains 3-2 on Sizemore. Kick of the leg, around comes the arm, and in ball 4, McGraw has walked Sizemore. And now things get a little uneasy. The tying run, Tommy Agee, is coming to bat. McGraw suddenly has walked 2 in a row, Brock and Sizemore. Bud Harrelson coming in from shortstop. Milner comes over from first base. A little milling around now, the New York bullpen. Veteran Bob Miller will start warming up. Agee has 1 for 3, the 2-run homer in the first inning. McGraw's pitch on the way. Ground ball to short. Could be a double play. Harrelson to be on, and now the first double play. Third double play of the game, turned by the infield of the New York Mets. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. In the middle of the 8th inning, the New York Mets 5 and the St. Louis Cardinals 2.
Let's check some National Football League scores. Here's some finals. Pittsburgh has defeated Cleveland 33-6, and Cincinnati tripped Houston 24-10. At third period scores, Kansas City shutting out New England 10-0. Also a third period score, New York Jets 13, the Baltimore Colts 10, and a final Philadelphia New York battle that the Giants and the Eagles battled to a 23-23 tie. In the fourth period, Minnesota leads Chicago 17-10. At the end of three quarters, Green Bay Detroit 10-3. In the fourth period, St. Louis leads Washington, here's a surprise, 24-10. Later starts will have San Francisco at Denver, Atlanta at Los Angeles, Buffalo at San Diego, and Miami at Oakland. We understand the first period, though, Oakland leads Miami 3-0. The Monday night game will be between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys at Dallas. So we had three finals, Pittsburgh winning, Cincinnati winning, and the Eagles and Giants fighting to a tie.
Last of the eighth inning. Diego Segui pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals. Mike Thompson, the starter, faced two batters. The Folkers came in, worked 2 1/3. Pena 3 1/3, then Rabowski. Rabowski worked 2/3 of 1 inning. He faced three batters in the sixth inning, yielded a triple, an intentional walk, and retired stop. Then he faced three in the seventh inning, struck out Milner, but Jones homered, and he walked high. And a big hand for Wayne Garrett. It was Garrett who broke the tie. He tripled off Rabowski, driving home Harrelson and Boswell, and putting New York into the lead 4-2. What a game for Wayne Garrett. He has been up 4 times on base, all 4. A single, a triple, and 2 walks. And a foul coming back. And the pitch on the way, high inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. In the ninth inning, Ted Simmons, Joe Torre, and Luis Melendez bat for St. Louis. The 1-1 delivery by Diego Segui. Change up, and it's over. A ball strike. He made quite a pitch, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Ray Sadecki gets up for the New York Mets. Down comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Garrett out for the first time in the ballgame. And Wayne getting a hand as he comes back to the dugout. Felix Dion has been on base 3 times out of 4. Officially 1 for 1. He has walked twice and sacrificed. In comes the pitch by Diego Segui, a fastball missing wide, 1 ball and no strike. 2 home games remain, 4 at Wrigley Field, Chicago, where it's a tough place to win. And the pitch by Segui, breaking ball, a strike. Last time the Mets were in Chicago, it was a 4-game series. They won 2 and lost 2. Actually, you might say they won 2 and gave 2 away. They should have won all 4. Swing out of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over the years, the Mets have played the Cubs very well. Not this year, but in previous years they have. And until the last series here in New York, every time they had played the Cubs this year, the Cubs were in first place. That's won the last series. The 1-2 delivery, hit hard, foul down the right field line. Last weekend, the Cubs were in New York. The Mets won the series 2 out of 3. 1-2 pitch to Felix Beyond in the dirt. Blocked by Ted Simmons. That evens the count 2-2. Cubs are now 4 behind the Pirates in the loss column, 3 behind New York. And a swiveler that is foul off to the left, no play. It might be that the Cubs would be out of it by the time the Mets get to Wrigley Field next weekend. They have 3 games in St. Louis. Psychologically, it would be to the Mets' advantage for them to be out of it. Some people would say, well, they'll be loose and a lot harder to beat. But if they're in the race, that ballpark would be jammed. The 2-2 delivery under the knees, all 3-2. One out and nobody on, last of the 8th inning. The veteran right-hander's pitch on the way, hit foul down the left field line, no play. Will probably wind up with a home attendance of about 1,900,000. At the moment, they have drawn 1,837,573. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball hit slowly towards second baseman Sizemore. Sidearm throw onto McCarver, 2 down. Doug McGraw protects the lead in the 9th inning. In his last 14 appearances, he will have 4 wins and 10 saves. Felix Beyond dropped the bat after hitting the ground ball and took off for first. Then Simmons took the bat, swung it up the first base line. It almost caught up with Felix. Rusty stabbed the hitter, and a ground ball hit toward the whole base hit, going into right field. And Rusty has his second hit of the game. Rusty 2 for 4. Now John Milner is the hitter. The hammer has been shut out so far in the game today. Milner is 0 for 4. New York 5 runs on 9 hits. St. Louis 2 runs on 6 hits. He'd like to hit one right here and put the game out of reach. That's the second hit off. Here goes McGee. Buddy Harrelson singled off McGee in the 7th inning. McGee takes the runner. Here's the pitch. Change up. Gets the outside corner to strike. Cardinals did all of their hitting in the first 2 innings of this game. That relief pitching has been brilliant by Harry Parker and Tug McGraw. Off the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it's about over in the Western Division of the American League. Oakland leading Chicago 10-5, last of the night. And a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wilbur Wood loses that game. His record on the year is going to be 24 wins and 20 losses. He can't have many, no decision. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Milner fan for the 3rd time in the ballgame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 8 innings at Shea, the Mets 5, the Cardinals 2.
Exciting game going on at Busch Stadium in St. Louis in the National Football League. The Redskins were trailing by 7 points in the early part of the 4th period. Don Shaw took a kickoff from the Redskins and came 97 yards up the middle with great blocking to score. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Herb Mulkey took the ball near the end zone, and he went the length of the field for 2 straight kickoffs and 2 straight touchdowns. So let's see. We'll add these points up right now. It looks like the St. Louis Cardinals 31 and the Washington Redskins 24 in one of the exciting games going on right now in National Football League. Let's see. We gave you 3 finals a while ago, so let's see what else we have to report on. Minnesota and Chicago in the 4th period. The Vikings lead the Bears by a score of 7.
Ninth inning, it's Jay. New York 5, St. Louis 2. That came from behind today. A.G. hit a 2-run homer in the first. That finally tied the game in the 5th inning. And Wayne Garrett sent them into the lead with a 2-run triple in the 6th. Now Ted Simmons, Cardinals leading hitter, leading off against Ted McGraw in the 9th inning. Simmons 1 for 3, has hit in 10 straight ball games. He's taking all the way, and a 2-ball over, strike 1 call. A wind-up by Tug and the pitch. And a base hit into left field for Ted Simmons. Simmons hitting a curveball, lines it hard into left. And the Cardinals have a leadoff base runner in the 9th inning. This will bring up Joe Torre. Torre collected the 2,000th base hit of his career here today. Torre 1 for 3. The pitch by McGraw. Strikes on the inside corner. A little stirring around out on the 10 for the New York Mets and Rays. Now the pitch on the way. And a ground ball towards the middle. DeYoung grabs it. Steps on second. Throws to first. The ball gets away from John Milner. They get the lead runner. They missed the double play. Should have been the 4th double play of the game for the New York Mets. It looked like Milner didn't see this, though. Throw was not in the dirt. It was low, but not in the dirt, and went right by John Milner. There'll be no error on the play. The lead runner, Simmons, chopped down. Melendez, the right fielder, is up. He has 1 for 3. Lou has come out on deck. A bouncing ball hit slowly to shortstop. Harrelson goes to Neon, 4th play. That's all they can get on the closer. And now 2 down in the 9th inning, and pinch hitter Matty Lou coming up. Big roar from this huge crowd if the Mets gets the last out. Matty Alou. He has put up 9 times since joining the Cardinals from the Yankees and has 2 base hits. Good hitter, Matty Alou. McGraw from the stretch. And the pitch on the way. And a smash right by Wayne Garrett off of his legs down the line. And now the tying run comes to bat. A base hit for Matty Alou off the shins of Wayne Garrett. A hard ground smash. Mike Tyson of the shortstop will be coming up. On first and second, 2 men away. Tyson has singled, walked, and flied to right. Tim McCarver is the on-deck hitter. Not many people have left. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball, strike one call. Harry Parker shut out the Cardinals 4 innings in relief. Doug McGraw trying to close out his third scoreless inning. Melendez on second, and Alou is on first. In comes the pitch. And a long fly ball hit deep to left field. Back goes Jones. He's under it. Takes the catch. The Mets defeat the Cardinals. The Mets have now won 6 in a row. Doug McGraw being congratulated. That ball hit pretty well by Tyson. Leon Jones back near the warning track to make the catch.